In this world, there are many unsolved mysteries, one of which is the Bermuda Triangle, famous for the mysterious disappearance of ships and planes. However, there is one other region that is more terrifying, more deadly, and far more mysterious: the Alaskan Triangle. Unlike the Bermuda Triangle, the Alaskan Triangle has a much higher number of missing persons cases, raising big questions about what is really going on in this region. The Alaskan Triangle spans 3 points: Anchorage in the south, Juneau in the east, and Utqiagvik in the north. The region has one of the highest rates of human loss in the world. Over the past 50 years, more than 20,000 people have gone missing in the region without a trace. In comparison, over the past 100 years, the Bermuda Triangle has been associated with 1,000 cases of missing persons. However, in the Alaskan Triangle, the number has more than doubled in just half a century. Every year, an average of 2,250 people are reported missing in the Alaskan Triangle. This is more than double the national average of missing persons cases in the United States. With such a large area and extreme geography, many of the missing are never found, adding to the eerie nature of the area. One of the most attention-grabbing cases occurred in 1972, when a small plane carrying 2 US politicians disappeared en route from Anchorage to Juneau. Despite a massive search, the plane was never found, sparking various conspiracy theories. Another case occurred in 1950, when a Douglas C-54 Skymaster aircraft carrying 44 military personnel disappeared en route from Alaska to Montana. The search and rescue mission, conducted by the United States and Canada, was one of the largest operations of its time, but not a single trace was found. Another case that added to the mystery of the Alaskan Triangle occurred in 1990, when a pilot named Jim Buster and his Cessna 340 aircraft disappeared near Wrangell St. Elias National Park. A search was conducted for weeks, but no trace of the plane or pilot was found. In 2007, a group of 3 hikers mysteriously disappeared in the Chugach Mountains after sending out a distress signal. Rescue teams deployed found no sign of them, only equipment left behind on a steep cliff. One of the most recent cases occurred in 2020, when a cabin owner named Tyson Steele was found safe and sound after surviving for more than 3 weeks in the Alaskan wilderness. His cabin had burned down, and he was forced to build a makeshift shelter and survive on meager food supplies before being rescued by rescuers. However, there are also cases that have finally seen the light of day. Gary Frank Southerden, a 25-year-old man from New York, went missing in the 1970s while hunting in the Alaskan wilderness. Then, in 1977, a skull was found in the Porcupine River, northeast Alaska, which was finally identified as his through DNA testing in 2022. Some researchers believe that there are scientific factors behind this mystery. Ken Gerhard, a researcher who was interviewed by the History Channel, stated that certain areas in Alaska have very strong geo-electromagnetic fields. These energy fields are believed to disrupt aircraft navigation systems and interfere with electronic devices, causing planes and ships to lose direction before disappearing without a trace. Similar phenomena have been observed elsewhere in the world, such as the Bermuda Triangle. Scientists suspect that the geomagnetic anomalies in the Alaskan Triangle could be related to the presence of rare mineral deposits or underground tectonic activity that generates electromagnetic waves. If this theory is correct, then this region is not just another accident site, but a dangerous zone where modern vehicles can lose control in an instant. However, for Alaska natives, especially the Tlingit, this mystery is more than just a scientific phenomenon. They believe that the Alaskan Triangle is the domain of a mythical creature known as Kushtaka. In their legends, Kushtaka is a creature that is a cross between a human and an otter, possessing supernatural powers. According to Tlingit beliefs, Kushtakas often appear around wilderness and rivers, especially when people are lost. With their ability to mimic human voices or the cries of babies, Kushtakas will lure victims into straying deeper into the wild. Once successful in separating a person from their group, these creatures will take them to another dimension, where they can never return to the human world. Some locals claim to have felt the Kushtaka's presence, especially when in the forest alone. Some have reported hearing strange noises, seeing shadows moving among the trees, or suddenly losing their way even though they had memorized the route they were on. This belief is so strong that some Alaskan natives refuse to go too far into the forest without spiritual protection. Compared to conspiracy theories or mystical legends, the most plausible explanation for the disappearance of thousands of people in the Alaskan Triangle is its extreme and unforgiving geography. The region has a combination of rugged terrain, extreme weather, and landforms that can easily swallow people and vehicles without leaving a trace. Alaska is the largest state in the United States at 665.384 square miles. This is even larger than the next three largest states combined: Texas, California, and Montana. However, despite its size, only about 12% of its territory is inhabited by humans. The rest is untouched wilderness, made up of icy mountains, steep valleys, and frigid waters. The region is also surrounded by giant mountains, including 17 of the 20 highest mountains in the United States. Some of these are Mount Denali, which has an elevation of 6,190 meters, Mount St. Elias, 5,489 meters, and Mount Foraker, 5,304 meters. In addition, there are more than 100,000 glaciers, which cover 5% of Alaska's total area. This thick ice and snow not only makes the terrain difficult to traverse, but can also swallow anything that falls into it, from humans to airplane wrecks. Alaska's extreme weather further exacerbates conditions. In winter, temperatures can drop to -51 degrees Celsius, cold enough to freeze a human body in minutes. Even in summer, much of the region remains cold, with 85% of the area covered by a permanent layer of ice. Under these conditions, a person who gets lost or falls in this region has very little chance of survival. Another danger comes from the waters of Alaska. The seas, rivers, and lakes here are known for their extreme cold temperatures and strong undercurrents. Unlike warmer waters, a body that drowns in Alaskan waters will often not refloat. Instead, it will be dragged straight to the bottom by the freezing cold temperatures and strong undercurrents. With such extreme conditions, it makes sense that many people who disappear in the Alaskan Triangle are never found. If someone fell out of a plane, they would most likely be buried under snow or swept away by a constantly moving glacier. If they get lost in the wilderness, they may freeze to death before they can call for help. And if they fell into the water, the undercurrents and icy temperatures would hide their bodies on the ocean floor forever. The mystery of the Alaskan Triangle may sound like a mystical tale, but Alaska's geography provides a more plausible explanation. Still, every region has its own local wisdom, and it could be that the combination of the two makes the Alaskan Triangle even more deadly.